guys, welcome back to our channel. Explore ways and be able to find out that your partner is taking you for granted or you're being taken for granted, and these behaviors you need to say goodbye to them. Have you ever felt taken for granted in your relationship? I know I have ever been taken for granted, and it's a feeling that I wouldn't wish anybody to experience, or a non-dramatic realization, but simply becoming aware of addressing these habits made a lot of difference. Found out that I was constantly prioritizing my partner's needs over my needs. It left me unappreciated and undervalued. This path of self-discovery, though filled with missteps and to a profound change how I perceive things and letting go of the unhelpful patterns, getting to know my worth, myself more, and enjoying my own company, and is constantly saying yes to everything your partner tells you to do. We always want to please our partners. It's a natural instinct rooted in our desire for harmony and mutual trust. You don't want to have misunderstandings with your partner. So in order not to collide with your partner, you find yourself saying yes to what he has told you to do, even though you wouldn't want to say yes. You feel like it's not appropriate. For example, when he tells you that you're dressed in a certain way that is inappropriate for somebody that has a partner or somebody that is in a relationship, and even though you're just going out with friends or you're going to enjoy your own company, then he tells you that, and you don't want to argue that he doesn't have control over you and over your life. You just end up saying yes just in order to please him, and so that he stops like pestering you while you're wearing like the way you're wearing going somewhere. Even though you say yes, but just know there is danger in constantly saying yes to your partner's preferences and requests. It's one-sided dynamic. Your needs and desires constantly put on the back burner, and it doesn't mean that you turn into an SL when he tells you something, or you be like, no, I'm not going to do that, no, I can't do it. You should find balance to say yes if it aligns with your values and needs. Feel comfortable in saying that yes, you will go forward to do that. And if you do not feel that it doesn't respect your values and needs, then you shouldn't. You should just say no. Yourself to say no communicates your feelings and needs just as they are important in a relationship. Number two is putting their needs before yours. Always been a giver in our relationship. I recall in my previous relationship, I would change my plans to accommodate his plan. Up with him from doing my self-care procedures, also of taking care of myself, or meditating, going to the spa, and doing skincare and body care, and organizing my clothes or washing my clothes, or accommodate his needs first. I will just, if he says that we should really meet today, I would be like, oh, I have some things to do, but he would pester me and be like, oh, if you're not going to come, then you won't be able to see me for some few weeks or a month, even, or even 3 months. Or the known to the opportunity to see him, I had to leave what I was meant to do for myself to be able to accommodate his needs and be able to meet up with him. So because it would take long for me to see him again, me has to realize that putting down needs for my needs, I was putting a stage for being taken for granted, and as someone that doesn't need the chasing, and it was always me doing the chasing. Luckily now I know how crucial it is to care for my partner's needs while ensuring that my own needs are not overlooked, and it is rooted in self-respect and understanding that my needs and desires hold equal value to his needs. Third one is ignoring red flags. I know when it comes to red flags, I've all ever ignored red flags in a toxic relationship because we didn't want to lose our partner, or we didn't want our relationship to end, and also in some perspective we didn't want to feel lonely. We wanted to be with someone. So There were little comments and gestures that belittled my contributions or disregarded my feelings, but I ignored them, let me tell you, convincing myself that it was all for the good fun and it wasn't meant to be hurtful. And when he didn't want his friends and family to know about me, when he was like, oh, I don't want people to come and attack you, what, that's why I don't show you my friends, that's why I don't show you my family, then I would listen to his words. So those little comments that I ignored were actually red flags. So I'm saying this so that you stand up and voice out and have an open communication so that your needs are not ignored or what you believe in are not put aside or are not overlooked for him to just do what he thinks that is right in that particular moment, ignoring you are in a relationship, both of you, and it's not a one-sided thing. However, those small instances piled up time by time and created an healthy dynamic where my values were constantly undermined. Ignoring red flags doesn't disappear and it just decreases your self-esteem. As a relationship where you are just being taken for granted, you're not valued, and you're just there, it's like you're just like a backup. Somebody just come and reaches you, just you're the one that is die, because he knows that you will not say no when he tells you to do something. Addressing them and being ready to walk away from a relationship where you're being taken for granted, essential steps to protect your well-being, because you have to put yourself always first and not ignore yourself before you put your partner above you, because you always spend the most time with yourself. So don't always neglect yourself for somebody else. Just find common grounds where all your needs and values are being overlooked, but they're took into consideration. The fourth one is over communication. You know they say, and it's true, communication is the key to a successful relationship. Sometimes it is just there is a trust. Or communication can sometimes backfire, especially when it becomes an unending stream of thoughts, feelings, and your partner in a loop about every minute detail in your life can intentionally make them feel like they don't need to put in any effort to stay connected and understand you, being like an open book. You're not giving him to be curious, to get to know you, what you're doing, how your day went by you just like updating him about every minute thing that you're doing. And this doesn't mean that you should keep secrets or withhold information, but rather find a rhythm that allows communication to be a tool for connection and understanding rather than just being an open diary. Yeah, the goal is to foster a relationship where both parties actively seek to know each other. So you shouldn't be like an open book or an open diary. You saying everything that is going good with you every minute, whatever from minute, hours, and yeah, you should let him get curious to know what you did or what you're doing, and also you should get curious to know what he's doing. That will help you not to be taken for granted. Consider dialing back on over communication. As I told you, you don't have to talk all the time like 24/7. Find a time where you schedule when you should talk and update yourself what you think is really important that he should find out, and you shouldn't keep it as a secret, and you should be able to be curious and ask questions and actively engage in getting to know each other. Number five, being too available. Setting a bit scarcity can make your presence more valued, and it's not about playing hard to get. Instead, focus on having a life outside your relationship. As I always tell you from time to time, always have time for personal growth. Have time for yourself. Have time to nurture your skills. Have time for doing research, finding out things that you don't know to elevate you, than just concentrating on just the relationship and just like being there, being too accessible when he doesn't have to put the effort to think about it, or to be like, oh, I miss my partner, what is it, what she doing. Spend time with friends and ensure you have a long time, as I told you. And doing this will make your partner realize that your time is valued and they need to respect it. This approach helps maintain their relationship dynamic where both individuals appreciate the time they have with their partners and not take it for granted. Number 6 is over apologizing. And over apologizing, even though you're just saying when the message is wrong and it's not supposed to go to him, or it's not supposed to be sent to him, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. And over apologizing may give the impression that always at fault, which could cause your partner to undervalue your efforts, and it can also diminish the impact of your genuine apologies. Over time, accustomed at you always saying that you're sorry even when you don't do anything wrong. So even though when you do something and you really mean it, that you're saying sorry, get it, because he just thinks he's just used to you saying sorry. So instead of saying sorry for trivial things or events beyond your control, express empathy and get to understand his point and support him emotionally, and replace I'm sorry with I understand how you feel and that must have been tough this way, and show that you care without undermining your self-worth, baby girl. So yes guys, this is the end of our video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for the support. We love you. Ciao ciao.